I had been making decorations for a cake that I was making for a friend. It was for this weekend, and to add to the pressure, I was actually meant to be flying to Newcastle this afternoon. 4 kids, dropped them off at school, came home, started making more. Then that was when I realised, and as my cousin said, she saw the colour drain from my face when I lifted the tea towel to see that half of them were gone. I felt sick with rage, and I didn't even have words on how angry I was that this had happened. Also had the build up of the pressure of needing to produce the cake in time, and the fact I was running out of time to do it, that I was going to have to start again with the decorations, and had so much anger floating through my body that immediately I was just in my head going, this is not okay, and there will be a consequence for this. I am not getting away with this. Something is going to happen. It honestly was my first thought of, I know if they were home right now, I would have completely flipped my lid and just started losing it. Secondly, based on your other videos around getting kids to tell the truth, because as you know, that's something I've already been through with Eden. I knew I needed to stay calm and give the opportunity for someone to own up to it. And then I knew I had to stay calm once I knew who it was. But at the same time, all I wanted for there to be a consequence. Something had to happen. I got onto the Facebook group, I let loose and basically said everything I was feeling in the moment, because I knew that I needed help on where to go from the point that I found out who it was, where to go from there to make sure that they understood the weight of what they had done. So I need help.
So tell the rest of the story. So you came into the group, and then I ended up doing a Facebook Live to make it very clear so that the context of what I'm going to give you instructions for actually is relayed, because, you know, texting can sometimes be misunderstood.
I was still lost on what the consequence was going to be.
Right.
And so then when you said that you would do a video for me to clarify it.
That's right. Yeah.
And I kind of felt bad that you had to do another video and really say a lot of the same things that you say in the flying video. But it was around the guilt and how to build the tension and really get it to sink in with the kids, the weight of what had happened. And it wasn't just going to be a lesson for the person that had done something. It was a lesson for all of them on the decisions they make and being able to be honest and everything else. That once you did that Facebook Live and clarified it straight away, I was like, okay, now I get it. So we got them from school, and I straight away said, something serious has happened. I really need to talk to all of you when we get home. It's really important. And all of them straight away were like, what's happened? So we walked in the door and they all came. And so I had explained that what this person did, they've betrayed me. It was deceitful. So then I revealed what it was. And both Casey and Ava went, oh, I didn't do that. I wouldn't have done that. Oh my God, what happened? And Eden was like, oh, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. And straight away I could see her withdrawing, and she couldn't look at me and everything. And then I explained, I'm like, look, I'm not going to get angry. I just want to know who it was so we can talk about it. And I said, I know it will take a lot of courage for you to come and tell me. And if you don't feel safe in this space with the siblings around and everything, I'll give you 15 minutes to come to me and we can talk about it together. It doesn't have to be around your siblings. And once this person did come forward, you are not to make fun of them. You are not to say anything to them about it, because one day it could be you in their shoes and it would not help anything. And then they all started to walk away, and that was when I remembered, and by the way, nobody will be going to sleep tonight until this is dealt with. And they went, oh, okay. And all of them went off to do their own thing, and within 2 or 3 minutes I was in the kitchen and Eden just came and stood next to me. She didn't say anything, she didn't even look up, she was just standing there, and no one else was around. And I just said, do you want to go and have a chat? And she was like, yeah. And so we went into her bedroom, and that was the thing. When we walked into her room and sat down, I just sat next to her. I didn't even probe her on, so, you know, was it you? Like, obviously it was you. Like, I just sat there and just waited for her to start talking.
Beautiful.
And that was when she just came out with it, and she apologized, said, oh, I took the chocolate, I took one, told me how she did it and everything. And she's just like, Mum, like I took one, and then it just tasted so good that I got the tray and I took some more, and then I panicked that I was going to get caught, so I didn't rearrange them back to the way that they were. She's like, I thought I only took 5. 5. Then she said to me, she's like, oh, I felt really sick. Like when we got home, I was feeling sick. And I said, like, did you know what I was going to talk to you about? And she's like, no. And I said, oh, you know, I think your soul was telling you that you knew what was going on and what was wrong, and that you need to listen to your body and your soul. When you're doing things like this, you need to listen to yourself more. Before the end of it, I did ask her how she thought that she could help make it better. And she said, oh, I can help you make more. And maybe I can even help you ice it and do all the decorating on it and everything. And so then, yeah, we hugged it out, and I could just tell that she was like, oh, like a weight's been lifted. And as we walked out of the room, thankfully she didn't hear it, but her older siblings walked past and went, oh, did you have a nice private chat? And I've just walked into her room and I went, what did I say about making comments like that? And she's like, oh, but I didn't say what it was about. I'm like, but we all know what you were talking about, and that's not okay. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then a few hours later, bedtime rolls around and we normally lay and have cuddles. And she always says, is there anything you want to talk about? And straight away, she was just like, Mum, I'm really sorry that I ate the chocolate. And she's just like, it just tasted so good. I knew she felt bad for it, but at the same time, she was trying to go like, Mum, you do really well with your cakes and it's going to taste great. Like, it's really good. She's definitely the one that I've always struggled with the most, which is why I watched the Kids Who Lie video, because she was falling into a pattern of lying about everything. And so we had started there, and I saw a turnaround in her just from that, making her feel safe to talk to me without feeling like she was going to be punished and yelled at. And she is very much a defensive kid that doesn't like to own up to things that she does wrong. She thinks it's everybody else's fault, and there's a reason why it's everyone else's fault. And also, I never really feel that she's ever guilty about anything. I even think that she really struggles with friendships because she's always so defensive. Like, everything's fine if everything's going the way she wants it to, and the second someone disagrees with her or she feels like she might be wrong, she twists it and just shuts down and is angry at the world and everything, which is why it's become so much better that I went with the tools I had and the words that you had given me, because it has shifted. Like, even in that one scenario this morning on the way to school, I got more out of her than she ever wants to share with me. And it's all come down to that one instance, one scenario, one opportunity,